Well, I started grooming my Yorkie when I was in like fifth grade, and I groomed her until we lost her. And then when I got my Shih Tzu at 17, I took her to get groomed for the first time, and her eyeball got cut.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was heartbreaking. We thought she was going to lose her eye. And I was terrified to have anybody else groom her again. So I went to grooming school and figured out how to do it myself. And I've been grooming for her whole life now. 8 years.
Is your eyeball okay?
Yeah, she has a small scar on her eye. We were able to save it, but she doesn't, it happened when she was so young, it doesn't even bother her. So, real happy she didn't lose her eye. I would have been real mad.
Oh, that's horrific. It really
Yeah, there
is.
was a lot of tears. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Eddie from Quirky Corgis. I'm here with Bree. She's one of the groomers at Daisybelle Paw Spa in Owasso, Oklahoma. She's going to help give us a basic understanding of our corgis' nails and maintaining them. Stay until the very end to learn a little more about why Bree got into grooming and about their family business. What makes up a dog's nail?
It's kind of structured like our nails. It's just the nail and then the quick is on the inside.
Are there any risks for having their nails grow too long?
If those nails get too long, those quicks are going to grow out too, and it's best to keep them short so those quicks don't have a chance to grow, because when they do, that's when the nails start getting deformed. It can deform the dog's feet because they're hitting that floor and pushing those toes up, or they can grow into the paw pad, and it's really hard to get those out. It causes the dog pain. It makes it hard for them to walk, and that can be a horror story too.
When should you start cutting your puppy's nails?
I would say as soon as possible, 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, the breeder should start it first, and then, if they need to start it as soon as possible so they can get used to it. Know that's something they're gonna have to deal with for their whole lives. Start at 8 weeks, and then every 4 weeks after that.
What if their nails are already too long?
If the quicks are getting long, I would use a Dremel to expose those quicks. It's harder to do with nail clippers because then you're looking at risking actually cutting the quick, and nobody wants to hurt their pup. So using a Dremel, you can get all the way back to that quick, kind of expose it without, hurting your dog or putting too much stress on them, and then those quicks can recede back. You can actually grind kind of around the quick and just barely, not enough to fully expose the quick because that'd be uncomfortable, but you can kind of grind just right around it, expose it so that it's showing, and the nail's still protecting it, but it'll keep that quick from being like, oh, I don't want the air, so it'll keep receding back into the nail.
If they wanted a groomer's help to shorten their dog's nails, how frequently do you recommend they bring them in?
Every 2 weeks, so we can continue to try to get those quicks back.
Okay, so would you recommend from puppy to adulthood, human nail clippers to normal dog nail clippers? Or would you go straight to a Dremel after that?
If the dog will let you, then I would recommend using a Dremel every time. And you'll get better at it, your dog will understand it. A lot of dogs don't like the nail clippers just because it puts pressure on that quick and it feels like you're pinching their paws. So a lot of dogs don't like it. Dremels are a lot easier for some dogs. Now, some dogs, it tickles their feet with the Dremel with the vibrations and they hate it, but most dogs are going to put up with a Dremel better than they're going to put up with the nail clippers.
Can you give us any tips on how you might distract a dog to help them calm down?
We either talk to the dog, pet their face, try not to get them to look at what's happening. If you can kind of distract them, then you're good. Tummy rubs work really well. I've got a few clients who put peanut butter on their foreheads.
I've seen those videos.
So the dogs can lick their foreheads while they're doing it, and that works apparently. They also have peanut butter licking pads that you can get for distractions. But for us, it works pretty well, just having somebody else hold the dog's head, talk to him, love on him, tell him how cute they are, how good they're doing. And most of the time that'll work. Some dogs, not so much.
I noticed a real visual.
Oh, yeah.
So for whatever reason, as long as they don't see it, they're a lot more calm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We just try to get them not to pay attention to what's happened to them.
For people just starting out, what's something they should watch out for? I know that the obvious one would be the quick,
Yeah, definitely want to watch out for the quick. If your dog's super spazzy, like it's just wiggly, wants to go everywhere, you're definitely going to want to get some help because you don't want to hit that quick. Um, if you're just starting out, you probably want to have quick stop on hand.
And quick stop whenever you cut it, that helps stop their bleeding.
Yeah, if they start bleeding, that's going to stop that bleed like that. If you don't have quick stop on hand, cornstarch also helps.
Whenever we have puppies at home, we usually remove their dew claws. But for dogs that don't have them removed, is there anything that we need to be careful about?
Watch out for those dew claws. Those dew claws are the ones, because most of the nails, they're touching the ground, they're walking on concrete. They can kind of file themselves down so they don't get too long. Those dew claws are the ones that we most of the time find stuck in a paw pad, especially back dew claws. A lot of dogs don't have back dew claws. Some dogs do, and some of the owners don't even realize their dogs do. Those things grow quickly, and they will just go right in a circle and back into the paw. It's not fun, and it breaks my heart every time I find one.
Let's say you messed up and cut your dog's quick. How do you know when to get medical attention?
It would have to be a pretty bad bleed, but like if your dog's diabetic, then yeah, you're probably going to want to take it to the vet if it won't stop bleeding. If for some reason your dog, as you clip, decides to like shove its paw down, then you cut way too short. Most of the time it's going to stop bleeding by itself. If you just cannot get it to stop, seek medical attention. But most of the time quick stop will stop that. You're just going to want to keep an eye on it, make sure there's no infection.
It looks like you guys use nail clippers and Dremels. Can you tell me more about that?
Nail clipping comes with all of our services. I do try to get people to use the nail Dremels. I prefer that. I think it's more comfortable for the animals. It's less stressful. Now some dogs, like I said, they don't like the Dremel, but I feel like it takes better care of the nail.
So it's really more of a best to have them both on hand kind of solution.
Yeah. Nail clipping, if with dogs that are like, they just don't want their feet messed with at all, nail clipping is going to be faster. You can get it done, get it done, get it out of there, don't have to worry about it anymore. Nail Dremels, it's a little lengthier of a process because you're smoothing them out, you're getting all the way down. It's way more beneficial just in your dog's nail health. Being able to keep them short, keep the dog's paws from, getting those deformities from the long nails and everything.
How early can you take a puppy to a groomer?
I'd recommend starting them out at 8 weeks. Yeah, as soon as they have their first parvo shot, get them in here. Let's start getting them used to it. We don't even have to do a full groom. Just bring them in to even just meet us. Let them know, like, hey, we're not here just to torture you. We're here to love you too. Yeah, getting them started young, it's gonna be less traumatic for them because they're gonna know, okay, this is a part of my life. This is something I'm gonna do on a regular basis. We like to start puppies out, dogs with haircuts. Start them out just trimming up around their face, their feet, their sanitary areas, and then from there, moving them up to bigger things. Yeah, just don't want to traumatize them their first time. If you wait a full year before you bring your dog in, it's going to be scary. They're not going to know what's going on.
Is there anything owners should know before taking their dog to the groomer?
Well, your dog's probably going to be nervous at first. They're going to be nervous. One, because you're dropping off with strangers. They don't know who we are. They're used to being in your home. What are we doing here? And then, we're doing things to them that they're not used to. When your dog is in here, we touch every part of your dog. We're going over its face, its paws, its legs, its tail. Everything gets messed with. Dogs aren't used to that. They're used to just a good little pet, rub here, play over there. We're trying to get them to stay still, so it's going to be nerve-wracking for them. But they'll get used to it as long as you bring them in regularly. And, just do like I said and get them ready. Go get those toothbrushes that are electric. Get them used to the sounds, the vibrations,
right,
and everything.
Desensitize them.
Yeah. And if your dog is scared, it's gonna take a little bit longer. We're not trying to rush your dog through and make it uncomfortable. We want to do everything we can to make sure your dog's comfortable. So if it takes a little bit longer, we are sorry. We're not trying to take our time. We're just trying to give your dog the time it needs.
What vaccinations do you guys require, and what do you recommend before coming in?
We only require the rabies. Now, if you're taking your dog into a grooming salon, I'd recommend having all their shots. We have a lot of dogs in and out of here every day. I mean, we're doing 25 dogs a day right now. So if we have 25 dogs in and out of here, we can't guarantee that none of these dogs are sick.
Right.
Now, that being said, we disinfect our floors every night make sure there's no parvo or anything. We disinfect all of our kennels. We don't want anybody getting sick when they're here, but...
Right, I don't think anyone's been successful at 100% with multiple dogs.
Yeah, no, and shots are hard to keep up with sometimes. It gets away from you. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that your dog has all their vaccinations just for the safety of them.
Before a puppy's first time to the groomer, is there anything that you recommend us do for them? We normally recommend playing with their paws, that way they are a little more used to having someone touch them.
Playing with their paws, like, it does help. They're getting used to that, but we're not just we're not just playing with their paws or kind of gently we got a hold of those paws because, we're not trying to get the quick or anything, so we need to make sure that those paws are steady. It's hard. Most dogs don't like their feet touched. Especially like specific breeds. Dogs with shorter legs, like corgis, they typically don't like it. And those are the dogs that you really need to work with. Little short-legged babies. Also, going to the dollar store and getting like a cheap little electric toothbrush and getting them used to that sound and the vibrations, like just pet their feet with it, that helps a lot too.
Okay, Bree, tell me about Daisybelle Paw Spa and how you guys got started.
I've been grooming for 8 years now, and I was working in this place. My parents decided to look into it, and they were like, why don't we look into buying our own place and starting up a new business? So we started looking into it, and we all got really excited about it. And of course, we decided when we were trying to pick names for the salon, we decided my dog Belle is what got me started grooming, and Daisy came shortly after Belle because Daisy's Belle's sister from the next litter. So we named it Daisybelle Paw Spa after our two girls. And yeah, it's been amazing. My sister's in the back bathing dogs. She's bathing manager.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It's a little family business.
Yeah. I'm salon manager, and I manage all the other groomers that we have in here. And then my mom runs front desks and financial stuff, which is great that I don't have to take care of it. Yeah, it's super fun getting to work with, my family, getting to teach them, getting them to see what I go through every day. And just building up this amazing team that we already have has been an amazing experience.